Edgar Cayce uncovered that many individuals traverse life in a sort of spiritual slumber, neglecting the 7 most potent types of dreams that could awaken psychic skills, heal traumas from previous lives, and illuminate the true purpose of their soul. Before you navigate away, let me pose a question. Have you ever awakened from a dream so intense and lifelike that it lingered in your mind for days? This was not merely a flight of your imagination. Based on Cayce's extensive collection of 14,000 documented readings, that experience was your soul attempting to convey a vital message about your spiritual path. If you're prepared to decode the hidden signs that your dreams have been eager to share, don't hesitate to click that subscribe button and activate the notification bell. What I'm about to disclose originates straight from the ARE archives in Virginia Beach, where Cayce's most significant insights regarding consciousness are kept. Get ready for something astounding. In the reading of 29-4-15, Cayce disclosed that dreams serve as gateways to the Akashic records. But hold on, there's even a more astonishing detail. In just 3 minutes, I'm going to reveal the particular reading that left Cayce's stenographer, Gladys Davis, so stunned that she paused her typing in disbelief at the revelations regarding prophetic dreams. To kick things off, let's revisit an event from 1923 in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, where Cayce resided back then. A woman by the name of Sarah Mitchell approached him in utter desperation. For 6 months, she was plagued by the same recurring nightmare, pushing her closer to a nervous breakdown. Every night, she envisioned a catastrophic flood engulfing her hometown, with voices amidst the torrent screaming and calling her name. While many might have brushed this off as mere anxiety or past trauma, this is where Cayce's brilliance shone through. While interpreting 113-624, he did more than just analyze her dream. He unveiled a perspective that reshaped our understanding of the prophetic qualities of our subconscious mind during sleep. The entity perceives beyond the confines of time, Cayce conveyed in a trance, for dreams serve as the intersection of the limited mind and the boundless spirit. Sarah's vision didn't revolve around a physical deluge. Rather, it centered on a profound wave of awareness that was approaching her community, and she felt called to serve as a guiding light amid significant spiritual change. However, here's where it gets truly astonishing. Just 6 months later, her hometown underwent an extraordinary spiritual revival that spread throughout the entire area, with individuals fervently seeking spiritual insight and reaching out for assistance in their awakening journey. Having deciphered the true significance of her dream through Cayce's interpretation, Sarah emerged as one of the most sought-after spiritual advisors in Kentucky. This leads us to the first category of dreams that 99% of individuals tend to overlook: the prophetic dream. However, what Cayce disclosed might surprise you. These dreams do not foretell the future. Rather, they equip your spirit for your earthly purpose. Have you ever experienced a dream that seemed more vivid than reality? Share your thoughts below, as what I am going to explain next will revolutionize your perception of what truly takes place in your consciousness. In his interpretation of 294-136, Cayce described prophetic dreams as instances when your spirit temporarily detaches from your physical form and taps into what he referred to as the eternal now found in the Akashic records. Consider it in this way. Picture your soul as a radio, and in certain dream states, it adjusts to the cosmic frequency where all information regarding the past, present, and future exists at once. However, this is where things take a turn. Cayce found that prophetic dreams are not just random occurrences for everyone. In his analysis of 57511, he unveiled the particular spiritual conditions necessary for your soul to reach this depth of cosmic awareness. The second category of dreams that many disregard as insignificant is what Cayce referred to as the karmic dream. Before you conclude that this is merely an abstract metaphysical notion, let me share the story of James Hartford, a businessman from Norfolk, Virginia, who approached Cayce in 1932. James frequently experienced unsettling dreams in which he was a soldier during what appeared to be the Civil War, dying on a battlefield while calling out for someone named Mary Elizabeth. The intensity of these dreams was such that he would awaken feeling actual pain in his chest, as if he had been shot. During reading 1135-2, Cayce disclosed something that truly astonished everyone present in the room. James was truly recalling experiences from a previous life as a Confederate soldier. Yet the true insight lay in the reason his soul was revealing these memories at this time. The entity still harbors a fear of commitment in relationships. Cayce elaborated that during that lifetime, the entity had a cherished one who succumbed to heartbreak while waiting for him to return from battle. The dreams weren't merely recollections. They served as a means for his soul to demonstrate why he undermines all significant relationships in his present life. But hold on, this is where it becomes astonishing. Cayce shared with James that Mary Elizabeth had been reincarnated and was currently residing in Virginia Beach, employed as a nurse at a nearby hospital. Just 3 months later, James encountered a nurse named Mary Beth, who seemed inexplicably familiar to him. They tied the knot within a year and enjoyed one of the most blissful marriages anyone had ever seen. This redefines our understanding of the significance behind unsettling or recurring dreams. Rather than viewing them as psychological issues, we should see them as spiritual answers attempting to reach your conscious mind. The third category of dreams that nearly everyone overlooks is the healing dream. This is where Cayce's insights truly transform the experience for those facing health issues. Back in 1938, a woman named Dorothy Fleming, residing in Richmond, Virginia, sought Cayce's help for a perplexing ailment that had puzzled every physician along the East Coast. She suffered from an unexplained paralysis in her left arm, which none of the medical examinations could clarify. But the most astonishing aspect was this. For several months prior to her condition emerging, Dorothy experienced intense dreams featuring various herbs and plants. In his interpretation of 1179-5, Cayce uncovered insights that fundamentally changed our comprehension of the connection between the body and soul as conveyed through dreams. He noted that the body's consciousness strives to convey essential elements and treatments for healing during the dream state. However, the conscious mind tends to reject these as mere figments of imagination. The specific herbs present in Dorothy's dreams were not coincidental. Her higher consciousness was, in fact, pinpointing the precise botanical remedies required for her healing process. Building on the herbal remedies introduced in her dreams, and with the help of Cayce's additional advice, Dorothy's paralysis completely vanished in just 6 weeks. But what might truly astonish you is this. According to Cayce's insights in 294-141, every individual has the potential to access healing knowledge through their dreams. However, most people have minds that are too occupied with everyday worries to notice these transcendent messages. The fourth category of dreams is what Cayce termed soul communication dreams. In these dreams, you can encounter loved ones who have transitioned to the spiritual realm. I will present you with a documented instance that will demonstrate that these experiences are not merely figments of imagination or expressions of grief. In 1941, Margaret Thompson from Virginia Beach faced the sudden loss of her husband due to a car accident. Overwhelmed with grief, she soon began experiencing remarkably vivid dreams 3 weeks later, during which her husband would appear, providing her with detailed information about their financial situation, including the whereabouts of crucial documents she had lost. The astonishing part is that every single detail he shared in these dreams was entirely accurate. However, the most surprising insight came from reading 4:18, where Cayce elaborated on how communication occurs between the living and the deceased through dreams. Cayce explained that the soul is not confined to physical death, and that love forms a vibrational link that enables ongoing communication through the subconscious during sleep. Margaret's spouse was not merely a recollection or an image. His spirit was genuinely utilizing her dreams to convey crucial insights that could assist her in her life following his departure. However, there's an even deeper revelation from Cayce regarding these soul communication dreams that could alter your perspective on death altogether. The fifth category of dreams that many overlook is what Cayce referred to as the Akashic record dream. In these dreams, individuals tap into knowledge about ancient cultures, forthcoming technologies, or fundamental truths that their waking mind has never experienced. Allow me to introduce you to Robert Hayes, an engineer hailing from Newport News, who arrived at Cayce in 1934 with aspirations that were nearly pushing him to the brink of madness. Robert was plagued by visions of intricate mechanical devices that appeared far too sophisticated for the 1930s. These were not mere abstract ideas. Instead, they were precise schematics for inventions that wouldn't come into existence for many years to follow. In examining 2072-10, Cayce disclosed insights that fundamentally transformed our perception of how human consciousness can tap into universal knowledge. The concept he described relates to the Akashic record, where all knowledge, discoveries, and inventions, whether past or potential, exist within the theoretical realms of consciousness. Now, here's the astonishing aspect. Robert's dreams revealed him innovations from both ancient Atlantis and future civilizations on Earth. It was explained by Cayce that Robert's soul had previously been an inventor during the time of Atlantis and was now being readied to introduce specific technologies essential for humanity in the forthcoming era. Acting on Cayce's advice, Robert successfully created 3 patents inspired by his dreams, which later served as key technologies in the development of early aviation systems. The inventions sparked by his dreams continue to be utilized in altered versions within contemporary aerospace engineering. The sixth category of dreams, often misinterpreted by 99% of individuals, is known as initiation dreams. In these dreams, you may face spiritual challenges, encounter spiritual guides, or go through experiences of symbolic death and rebirth. Many people awaken from such dreams feeling disoriented or scared. Yet Cayce pointed out that these are actually ceremonies for the advancement of your soul. In 1936, Elizabeth Morrison from Norfolk started experiencing frightening dreams in which she found herself in ancient temples, confronted by cloaked figures who posed challenging moral dilemmas. She frequently woke up feeling drained, as if she had spent the entire night working instead of resting. Reading 34122 uncovered something truly remarkable about Elizabeth's experiences during these dreams. Cayce clarified that she was being readied for her role as a spiritual teacher, and these occurrences in the temple were authentic initiations, happening on a soul level while her body lay in slumber. In her dreams, Elizabeth was essentially enrolled in a spiritual university, receiving advanced training in metaphysical concepts that would equip her for her future endeavors. Within just 2 years, she became one of the most in-demand spiritual counselors on the East Coast, aiding countless individuals in grasping their own psychic experiences and journeys of spiritual awakening. Here's what Cayce disclosed that can completely change your perception of your own intense or peculiar dreams. Such initiation experiences are not coincidental. They manifest only when your soul has attained a certain degree of spiritual growth and is prepared for enhanced service to humanity. The seventh, and arguably the most significant type of dream that individuals tend to overlook, is what Cayce referred to as the life purpose dream. These dreams present symbolic illustrations of your soul's mission in this lifetime, frequently surfacing during significant life changes or periods of spiritual turmoil. I want to highlight one of the most remarkable documented cases found in the ARE archives. Back in 1940, a struggling salesman named Thomas Bradley from Richmond approached Cayce, feeling utterly confused about his life's path. He had been experiencing persistent dreams where he stood before large crowds, speaking with great authority on spiritual topics. However, in his everyday life, he was incredibly afraid of public speaking and had no understanding of metaphysics. Discovering reading 987-2 brought about a transformation that altered the course of Thomas's entire life. Cayce elaborated that Thomas's soul had served as a spiritual guide in several past lives, having been a priest in ancient Egypt and a philosopher in Greece. The visions he experienced were not mere fantasies. They revealed his soul's genuine purpose, which had been stifled by fear and societal expectations. According to Cayce, this entity has entered this life to revive the latent spiritual teaching abilities that remain inactive within. These dreams represent the soul's effort to overcome the obstacles of conscious skepticism and fear. Guided by Cayce's insights, Thomas started to delve into metaphysical concepts, gradually conquering his fear of public speaking. In just 5 years, he transformed into a prominent spiritual teacher in the Southeast, motivating countless individuals to discover their own psychic gifts and spiritual possibilities. However, the most astonishing insight from Cayce's readings pertains to dreams centered on life purpose. These dreams manifest at a time when your soul recognizes your readiness to embrace your authentic mission, even if your conscious mind feels utterly unprepared. Now, let's explore how all 7 categories of dreams are interconnected in a manner that could transform your spiritual path. While examining 575-4-3, Cayce disclosed that these dreams should not be viewed as isolated occurrences. Instead, they constitute the soul's educational path for spiritual progress during this lifetime. Each prophetic dream equips you for your spiritual mission. Every karmic dream addresses past life traumas that hinder your present development. Each healing dream instructs you on how to engage with divine energy. Lastly, every dream of soul communication illustrates the ongoing nature of consciousness after physical death. Each Akashic record dream links you to the universe's knowledge. Every initiation dream propels your spiritual growth, while each life purpose dream urges you to achieve your soul's true calling. However, here's the insight that transforms everything. Cayce found that the majority of individuals only remember and engage with roughly 3% of their true dream experiences. In his exploration of 294-128, he unveiled particular methods for significantly enhancing dream recall and understanding, which can unleash the entire potential of your subconscious mind during sleep. The first method that Cayce suggested was to keep a dream journal next to your bed, encouraging you to jot down any fragments you can recall immediately after waking, regardless of how bizarre or insignificant they may appear. He noted that the process of documenting dreams sends a message to your subconscious, indicating that you are open to receiving more profound spiritual insights during your sleep. The second approach he introduced was what he termed dream incubation, where you pose specific questions to yourself before falling asleep and seek direction through your dreams. In reading 294-153, a woman inquired of Cayce about how to attain clearer spiritual insights in her dreams, and his answer was groundbreaking. He emphasized that the mental and spiritual mindset prior to sleep allows the soul to connect with divine forces and specifically request the guidance necessary for its growth. However, this is where the dream teachings of Cayce become truly applicable for contemporary spiritual seekers. He disclosed that specific physical conditions can significantly enhance both the reception and remembrance of dreams. For instance, positioning your head to the north while sleeping aligns your body's magnetic field with the Earth's natural energy currents, thereby boosting psychic receptivity throughout sleep. Additionally, he advised steering clear of heavy meals within 3 hours of going to bed, as physical digestion can hinder the soul's ability to detach from the body during dream states. And here's a revelation that might catch you off guard. Cayce indicated that lying on your back with your arms uncrossed provides the ideal physical posture for soul journeys and spiritual communication through dreams. One of the most effective methods Cayce discussed was the practice of meditating prior to sleep. In his reading 281-13, he noted that dedicating 15 minutes to meditation in the evening establishes a connection between your conscious mind and your subconscious experiences during sleep, which enhances both the clarity of dream recollection and interpretation. However, what truly sets Cayce's perspective on dreams apart is his stance on their nature. He consistently emphasized that dreams are not merely symbolic in nature. Across various readings, he disclosed that dreaming consists of genuine soul activities occurring on spiritual dimensions, while the physical body recuperates and rejuvenates. This implies that when you experience dreams of flying, your spirit is genuinely feeling liberated from the confines of the physical body. Similarly, dreaming of interacting with departed loved ones signifies genuine meetings on a spiritual level. When you envision historical locations or potential futures, your soul is tapping into those distinct eras via the everlasting awareness found in the Akashic records. The impact of this insight is truly profound for those committed to spiritual growth. Your dreams are not merely mental occurrences. They represent spiritual journeys that contribute to the ongoing education and evolution of your soul, even in slumber. While interpreting 57.541, Cayce delivered an insight that could transform how every spiritual seeker views their sleep. During slumber, the soul reflects on the day's events, connects with the divine essence, gains insights for upcoming challenges, and progresses on its infinite path toward spiritual enlightenment. This indicates that each night presents a chance for direct spiritual teaching, healing, foresight, and connection with elevated consciousness. The real inquiry isn't about whether you are obtaining this spiritual knowledge in your dreams. Rather, it concerns whether you are consciously aware and implementing what you have learned. Here is a documented instance that demonstrates the effective impact of engaging with dreams, as illustrated by Cayce's principles. In 1943, Mary Patterson from Virginia Beach started documenting her dreams and implementing Cayce's methods. Within just 6 months, she received insightful guidance through her dreams that helped her uncover her husband's hidden gambling debts before they could jeopardize their family's financial stability. Additionally, she obtained healing instructions in her dreams that alleviated her daughter's persistent asthma, and prophetic dreams that directed her family away from Norfolk, just 2 weeks prior to a significant hurricane that ravaged the region. Perhaps most remarkably, one dream depicted Mary working with children facing developmental challenges. Acting on this inspiration, she became a trailblazer in special education, creating teaching strategies that continue to be utilized in schools throughout the United States today. The essence of Mary's achievement lay not only in recalling her dreams, but also in having faith in the spiritual wisdom conveyed through them and the bravery to follow the insights she gained. This leads us to a crucial inquiry. How can one discern when a dream offers authentic spiritual guidance as opposed to mere mental activity? Cayce outlined specific criteria in reading 294159. To begin with, dreams that hold spiritual significance consistently possess a distinct quality compared to typical dreams. These dreams possess an enhanced sense of reality, with striking colors and emotional depth that lingers with you well beyond awakening. Additionally, spiritual dreams consistently offer practical advice or emotional restoration. They are never merely for entertainment or arbitrary situations. Moreover, these dreams frequently recur in various ways until you comprehend and respond to their message. However, the most dependable criterion that Cayce provided for recognizing dreams of spiritual significance is as follows. They consistently resonate with love, helping others, and personal spiritual advancement. Any guidance from dreams that pushes you towards self-centeredness, inflicting pain on others, or spiritual decline is not derived from your higher self. The last insight I wish to convey stems from the reading 29418, Tom 5, during which Cayce was questioned about the true aim of engaging with dreams for spiritual progress. His response ought to motivate everyone in search of a more profound connection with their soul's purpose. According to Cayce, dreams are the inherent language of the soul. Once the entity starts to attune itself to this sacred communication, the soul becomes aware of its everlasting essence and shifts its existence towards spiritual values instead of worldly worries. This marks the onset of genuine spiritual enlightenment. What Cayce disclosed about dreams serves as one of the most straightforward and attainable routes to spiritual change, accessible to all individuals. There's no need for unique psychic gifts, extensive meditation sessions, or costly spiritual mentors. Every night, as you close your eyes and drift into slumber, you tap into the same divine insight that has led prophets, mystics, and spiritual guides throughout history. The 7 dream categories that Cayce identified are more than intriguing metaphysical ideas. They represent genuine spiritual tools capable of transforming every facet of your existence. Prophetic dreams can ready you for your spiritual journey. Comic dreams have the potential to mend past life traumas that undermine your present relationships and achievements. Healing dreams can offer sacred guidance for your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The dreams related to communicating with your soul can help uphold affectionate ties with individuals who have transitioned to the spirit realm. Dreams of your Akashic records can unlock a wealth of universal wisdom and knowledge. Initiation dreams may propel your spiritual growth and ready you for more significant contributions. Furthermore, dreams that focus on your life's purpose can uncover your soul's genuine calling and direct you towards realizing your fullest potential. Nevertheless, keep in mind that this spiritual treasure trove holds value only if you commit to being attentive, documenting your experiences, and bravely acting on the insights you gain. The same divine wisdom that conveyed messages through Edgar Cayce is accessible to interact with your soul via your dreams each night. If this insight has broadened your perspective on the remarkable spiritual possibilities within your dreams, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with those who are prepared for spiritual awakening, and subscribe to this channel for further insights drawn from Edgar Cayce's deep teachings. Your dreams are beckoning you toward your highest spiritual calling. The real question is, are you prepared to heed their call?